just wider than we've seen. Hasn't been out that wide yet.
Centimeters though. Does it need to be in inches? Does it need to be centimeters?
Yeah.
Yeah, great sweep, bud.
Yeah, this is the 5.
Okay, little room. Line's okay. Line's good. Line's good. Line's perfect.
Might be good because he might get into a slower trot.
Sorry, I'm good at judging from back there. I was wrong. I thought I wasn't good, but I was finally wrong with something.
Okay. Are you finished? You good? Yeah? You done? You got it? Hey, Chucky and Curly.
All right, welcome everyone to the 2018 Ashley Home Store Curling Classic, coming to you live from beautiful Penticton, BC, and at the Penticton Curling Club. Our feature game today is Charlie Thomas versus John Epping. Epping has the blue rocks, and Thomas has the red rocks. So before every game, both teams get to practice on the ice, and then they do a draw to the button, and whoever wins the draw to the button ends up with the hammer. So for this game, John Epping was closest, so he has the hammer in the first end. And those measurements are taken every game, so they always measure how far from the pin the rock ended up, and those measurements accumulate throughout the weekend, and those are hugely important when you're getting into tiebreakers and playoffs, because that could put you ahead of a team that's tied with you. So it's a huge part of the game. So pretty clean end to start with. I'm Mary Lou Richter, and with me is Craig McLeod today.
Hello there, folks.
It's been a great weekend of curling so far. Ice has been fantastic. Chris Jones and his ice crew have been doing a great job.
Thomas started off the game hoping to put one out just short of the house. It slid into the rings. Epping took it out, and so it started off fairly clean to start with, but Thomas is throwing another center guard out there, and Epping has opted to draw around the center guard.
And currently in the tournament, Team Epping is at 2-0, and Thomas is at 1-1. So it's a big game for both teams. You want to always keep those W's rolling along. So second for Team Thomas has been asked to just tap that rock back a little bit. Sweepers are doing a great job to keep this straight. Trying to get right on top of it. Let me introduce you to the teams. For Epping, John Epping is skip. Matt Cam is his third. Brent Lang at second, and Craig Saville at lead. It's great to have Craig back on the tour. Good to see him. And also Charlie Thomas's team. Charlie is the skip. Adam Casey third. Patrick Jansen second, and Fraser Reed is the lead. Both teams are from Toronto.
Whoa, no roll, no roll, no roll.
The Battle of T.O. So Team Thomas trying to get a little hit and roll to the center here off the side blue. Nice roll.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. It's going to be difficult for Epping's team to maneuver those out of there. Yeah, it looks like he's going to just open it up and give himself a better chance at those at a later time.
Brent Lang makes the peel. Yeah, and Charlie asking to have that center guard replaced. This is Adam Casey's first rock of the first end. This one's going to slip into the rings.
Yeah, this is probably a little deeper than they wanted it. They were hoping to leave it short of the rings. This is going to give Team Epping an opportunity to clear all the red rocks out of there.
And this is his third, Matt Camp's first rock of the first end.
Yep.
Got everything moving there.
Yeah, just over curled it too much on.
Yeah.
Over curled too much for them.
Leaves Thomas still lying 2 red. So Adam Casey's been asked to tap the blue out, roll to the center, kind of have a nice guard on the red on the button. Jensen working hard on this. Overcurled a bit, but safely by the shot stone.
Imagine John's going to be looking for a little bit of a hit and a roll here in behind that red center guard.
Two-thirds. Whoa. Whoa.
And Matt Cam makes the double on the Reds. And Red continues to lie 2. That's Charlie Thomas. So Charlie will be throwing his first skip rock of the first end here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to put this one just short of the tee line behind that red one there. Give some separation between the front one and the back one. And keep it in front of the tee line so that Team Epping can't draw down to it.
Sweeper's not doing much to this at this point. It's just the weight is right there. So
this may give Epping an opportunity to make a little chop and roll in behind that red one. Oh no, yeah, I think he's opted for the double.
Great if I can just nose it, make the double. He knows I'll be out of the. He'll be
as
out
for
of
the
ring.
world ranking for these two teams, Team Epping is ranked at number 3 in the world, and Thomas is ranked at number 24.
What do you want? What are you thinking?
2 good teams.
Like, I just think that I don't want to. I don't want to freeze in there. By chopping, he hits it in on. I don't want to face 3. I'd like to make double. Yep! Whoa! Yep!
And Epping makes the double. Team Thomas is lying 1 in the 8-foot. Just trying to separate the house a bit, drawing on the other side. Force Epping to take his 1 in the first end.
They were thinking of having me freeze. I just said to myself, I just didn't want to face 3 or 4. I said, if I face 2, hit the stick, we'll score 1. Like, no, I don't think it's worth it. I like more. Curl a bit.
Nice shot by Charlie Thomas. They got to be happy with what they've done this end. Force the Epping team to take their one.
And as a skip, for Charlie Thomas, really nice to get a couple draws under your belt in the first end, just get a real feel for the ice. Speed's been very consistent here all weekend. So John just looking for a hit and stick for his one.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hit and flop, I guess, more than anything.
Blue managed to stick around for one.
Yeah, that really rolled quite far. So Team Epping is up 1-0 after one end.
We were okay. Yeah, sorry.
I'd like to give a shout out to our platinum sponsor, Ashley Home Store here in Penticton. They've been a great sponsor. This is the second year the Curling Classic has been going, and very successful. Last year's final was against it was Kevin Cooey versus Nicholas Sedin. Came down to a measurement for the win. Pretty outstanding weekend when you come to that.
Line's good.
So thanks to the Ashley Home Store. So Team Epping, Craig Saville puts up a center guard. Start us off in the second end.
I think this is going to be an interesting game. I like both teams are playing fairly aggressive here, going for the points. It should be a fun game to watch.
Right.
Room!
Fraser Reed's going to draw around that center guard. Preferably top 8, top 4.
Okay.
Hack. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Craig Saville removes the red rock. Nose hit, and he's just nibbling the top 12. So Team Thomas is able to hit this one as well. We're playing the 5 rock rules, so can't hit until 5 rocks are in play. Makes it really exciting for the fans. Lots of rocks in play, and the ability to come back if you're down a couple points. You can really create some offense. And that was just adopted across Canada. So in league play, bonspiels, playdowns, everything. The Grand Slam of Curling was trying it out since 2014, working out all the kinks, and here we are, playing with the 5 rock rule now.
Yep. Whoa. Line's good.
Yeah, they would like to put this one
Line's good.
top 4 foot probably
Line's good. Over curl. Over curl if
in
anything.
behind that center guard there.
Whoa. Over curl. Over curl.
Line is looking to get really good.
Whoa, whoa. Good. Good shot. What's that?
Really nice shot by Brent Lang.
Shot. So it's hung up the all right? Like halfway down there.
So Charlie's asking
No, you're probably thinking,
Patrick
yeah,
to just corner freeze that blue one.
Clear. Yep. Yep. Hard. All the way. Really light. Yep. Yep. Gotta split off. Yep.
I think that one just came up light. And so
Yeah, a
it
little
over curled just with a lighter weight. It's a good opportunity for Epping to really get one in there and put the pressure on the Charlie Thomas team. If we could put this one somewhere top button, top 4 would be ideal, buried.
So this is Team Epping's second, his last
Yeah.
rock, Brent Lang.
Whoa. Yes. Okay, you're good now. Hard. Doesn't look heavy. Doesn't look heavy. Hard. Hard. You gotta go.
Sweet looks good again. They're just trying to finish it behind the guard.
There's a nice shot. It's going
Very
to make
nice.
it difficult to score for Thomas. So I think he's going to try and clear up the front a bit and open things up for himself. Raise on that red rock into the blues would definitely help this situation.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard.
Straight back, takes one of the blues off. Nice thing about that is it's their rock now up front. Nice big crowd at the club today. Exuberant crowd today.
Line's good. Line's good.
Yeah, could be a loud, boisterous draw here. We've got a couple local Okanagan teams on the ice right now. Team Tolly and Team Cotter. Not playing each other, but there will be cheering for both teams, I'm sure.
Adam Casey throwing a peel here, hoping to clear things up for Charlie. So make sure.
Got a piece of the other guard there. Epping still lying one.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
This one has a little bit of curling to
Yep.
do.
Langer. Saville, go. Go,
Now
Saville.
they're just kind of trying to
Whoa.
get
Looks
it
like they're
by
going to
here.
try and get it in behind.
Yeah. It's a little bit heavier.
Feel this time?
Couple
So-
of options here for Charlie Thomas. He can run it straight back onto shot rock. And if that's not working out well, he's got the option of peeling it off.
Sweeping this one hard. And he's cleared that one off the 4-foot. Nice shot. Epping still line 1 in the back 12 there, trying to draw around. Lie 2, try to force Thomas.
John Epping's going to throw his first rock in the second end.
This is a good spot. This spot's been played lots. Oh, it's not? Okay. It's not the lightning stuff? Okay.
Sweepers have backed off a bit there. Has a fair bit of weight and a little bit of room to curl yet. Yeah, just slides to back 12.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for Thomas to get one in there buried and try and set himself up for a couple of points here. This is Charlie Thomas's first rock. And if you can get this one top, even biting the 4 and behind those guards, it's going to be difficult to remove.
Line's pretty nice on this. Don't want to go too deep. Just slides to back button. Really nice weight.
Probably just maybe a foot too far.
Yeah.
Epping come down and sit right on top of that, and Thomas would have a difficult time scoring one.
Yeah, that last draw hog-to-hog time was 14.8. So it's been pretty consistently that kind of weight all weekend.
Line's great. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is not a good sign when the sweepers have backed right off.
Yeah, looks like it's got lots of weight, and line just isn't coming up like they'd wanted. So sitting,
Sorry.
looks like red is still shot. Look at the overhead. Yeah. So Thomas has a little draw tap here for his 2 in the second end. And this is his last shot.
Exact same. Can't touch the red, so.
Yeah, just a little less weight, and the sweepers would have been able to carve that in there, but they just couldn't do anything with it on Epping's last shot. This one needs to curl a little bit. Well, weight looks pretty nice.
Weight looks nice. Just
Touch it a bit. Perfect.
nice shot for 2.
Yeah. So Thomas scores 2 in the second end to go up 2-1 over Epping. We'll do a quick scan of the rest of the games out here on this draw. We have Team Virtue is up 1-0 on Jouinard, and Blandford is up 2-0 on Tolly. These are all after one end. Team Botcher, and they've kind of exploded out of the gates here, so they're up 6-0 on Sean Giel, and that's after 2 ends. Team Barry is up 2-0 on Patterson, and that's after 2 ends. And Team Cotter is up 1-0 on Gunlickson, and that's after 2 ends.
Line's okay.
Looks like Charlie wants to play this and fairly conservatively. He's asked for the first rock to be top 4. And John's going straight up, indicating a corner guard for Craig Savell.
Sweeper's not touching it yet. This looks like it might be a little bit heavy. And looks like it's going to be in the rings, yeah. So Thomas will just step up, try to hit it. Roll to the center.
Craig wouldn't be happy with that shot.
No. Yeah, you like to take advantage of those free guard opportunities when you can, for sure. Ooh, just gets it by. So Thomas still line 1. Craig's weight looks a lot better on this shot. They're just trying to put up the corner.
Yeah, not too often you'd ever see him miss 2 in a row here.
No.
Boy.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. You got that corner guard they were looking for.
So 5 rock rule, that guard can't be peeled yet. So Charlie's just going to put one up closer to the house.
Yeah, it's not working, bud. You got the wrong. I think you need new Velcros. You need new Velcros. It's not lined up right.
That's good, Lou. Lou. Lou.
That's a great spot.
Yeah.
Nice and tight.
Yeah.
Makes it hard to draw around.
John's calling for the run back.
Whoa.
If he's lucky too, he could possibly roll into the rings.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Looks like a nice shot.
Yeah. And leaves his rock right there, which is a good spot. Now Patrick Jensen's going to attempt to wrap one around that blue rock. That looks really nice. Yeah, just back 4. Both of these teams are quite comfortable with a lot of rocks in play as well. And they both have the upweight ability to make things disappear very quickly as well.
Line's great.
They do, and it's always fun to watch.
Line's great.
I think the ideal spot here would be
Hard, line's good.
6 or 7 inches short
Hard,
of
line's
that
good.
red rock would be perfect. Oh, it looks like it came up short.
Yeah, it's a little bit short. It's top 12. And Charlie wants to hit that pretty much on the nose, leave his red rock right there.
Yeah, right now for Thomas, that 4-foot's getting kind of choked off. And by leaving the red rock there, it gives him a red rock to promote for an extra point or get him out of trouble.
This is Adam Casey's first rock, as third in the third end. Well, this has got some movement to it. So hit and roll, and they rolled behind the corner guard. So John's asking Matt Cam to come down to that red rock.
Yeah, ideally it'd be nice to see, I'd mentioned it earlier, if this were to come just short of the red rock, but he looks quite heavy actually, and through the rings.
Yeah, Matt won't be very happy with that one.
Great opportunity for Thomas here. He puts this one top 4, full 8. It's going to be pretty tight quarters for Epping to get one in there. Seems to be hanging out quite a distance.
Yeah, just starting to curl now. Very nice weight. They just had to wait on that a little bit. So fighting the top 8. Epping can make a nice little hit and roll behind the corners, and corners are the center.
Board. with him. You want to go here? You want to play that double? Why don't we roll way over? I can get that.
Yeah,
I
guess
can get that here.
Brent
Easy.
Lang's concerned if they went for the hit and the roll,
think
they
he'll
may
guard, yeah.
choke off
Okay.
their raise to raise that blue
Then I
rock
don't
onto
freeze?
the red rock if it stops short. Perfect. I guess the key here is to make sure they definitely get the roll
Forward.
far enough so they don't choke off their own raise. Yeah. Ideally, you'd like to be second shot, but
Right. So this is Matt Cam, the third's last rock of the third in.
this has got to do some curling,
Yeah.
I believe.
Right on the
Pretty much nose. Yeah, it seems like a little straight there, especially if your weight's up a bit.
Yeah.
Draws are looking like they're finishing nice there.
Charlie Thomas would probably like to get the little roll here. Even rolls 5 or 6 inches, it could block the straight back raise and also make it difficult to draw in there.
Whew.
Jeez.
Charlie Thomas just squeaked that by his rock in the 4-foot. But
It's that or you.
Hitting it on the nose
He'll probably draw.
was still better than rolling too far to the left, so
Right.
that was still a good shot. Little roll to the left would have been nice, but it's still not a bad shot.
Make that double. I'll have the draw for one. I don't think he ever goes around. If he does, I'll have the runners for 2.
Looks like John Epping
Well, I think he'll hit. Don't
first
you?
rock on his first rock. He's going to attempt a run back double or a run back.
well, he didn't get the run back double, but he almost got a double on the ones that were there, and so he's sitting second shot, which is important for him. So now this rock has to be placed perfectly just to avoid a double for John. So if he can half wrap that, ideal. Top 4.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The runner for inside edge. Wild game, eh?
So Charlie with his last rock at the end.
That was all there.
Weight looks pretty close. They're just waiting for the line to come up.
Whoa! Whoa! No, 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 no!
And top button.
Stand high.
Nice
Just a
weight.
millimeter high.
So Epping's
Middle rock
attempting
should be
the
good.
run back double to get his 2. Or at least
Just a hair high.
get both those reds going and at least get his 1.
Yeah, there was no hesitation on that one.
Not at all.
That's the difference between these guys and some of
And
the-
our club curling team.
and our club curling.
Whoa! Yeah!
And he looks pretty close. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overcurl.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
over curled slightly.
Yeah.
Could have been
So
out.
Thomas
Yeah.
steals 1.
Thanks.
So the score after 3 ends is 3-1
Sorry, I
for
didn't think I would
Charlie
jump like
Thomas
that.
over John Epping.
Sorry. You must have picked a bit. I thought I was kind of where we wanted, close. And
Yeah, just want to give you some names of some of our sponsors for this awesome event. Of course, Ashley Home Store is our platinum sponsor. Gold sponsors for this is
I feel
New
like it's
Floors,
like
Cascade
this, I feel like
Casinos,
I'm
Tim Hortons,
going fast.
Murray GMC, and the Days Inn. Huge
From the
thank you
side.
to all
Go
of those
right. Well, I've only turned
sponsors. Without them, we
Shown fast.
wouldn't be able to put on this awesome show that we've got going here in Penticton.
No, I know. It's 15. I think it's 15 or 15.
Well, I'm sure this is where John Epping's going to take advantage of the 5 rock rule here.
Yeah, I think we'll see a few rocks in play this end.
I think so.
Okay.
So I'll give you a quick update too on other games going on right now. There is a final to report. Team Botcher defeated Team Giel, so that game is over. We have Joinard 3-1 after 2 ends against Brock Virtue. We have a 2-all tie, Bladford and Tolly. And after 2 ends, we have Barry 2-0 over Patterson. And 1-all for Cotter Gunlickson after 3.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Voice out. Shot.
Yeah, so in our feature game, Craig, maybe you can update us on the shots so far.
Yeah, it's pretty standard start here with Thomas being up 2. He's playing it a little more conservatively. He asked for his first one to be top 4. It went a little deep to back 4, which is not always a good thing. It's probably a rock that Epping can use in the later in the end. Epping's, like I said, is going to take full advantage of that 5 rock rule, I believe. Oh.
Yeah, so Epping
Yeah.
put the corner up.
Yeah. And he put the corner up. And I'm sure he's going to put another corner up here.
And Thomas's rock just stopped in front of the ring, so still in the free guard zone. They can't remove it from play.
No, he's opted to come to the back one.
Yeah. This is lead Craig Savile's last rock here in the 4th end.
So it's guys.
Looking
it's
a little heavy.
15-5 to 15-7. I just got 16-5.
Just chaps off that back one.
Try.
Yeah, it's very easy to overthrow these slightly. It's so keen out there.
Yeah, 25-second ice is pretty quick ice.
So Charlie's asked Patrick to draw around there. Top four.
Line's okay. Line's okay.
Ideally, you would
now.
like this one pretty close to the
floor.
button here if you could.
Hard at him. Little more. Go.
Probably not a bad shot, but a little short and open. So
Hack.
Epping just asking for the hit and roll. Possibly get both of those reds moving.
yeah.
Yep. Hard.
Greg Savel's working this hard.
Whoa.
And taps it to the back of the forefoot. A few rocks accumulating back there, which definitely helped Team Epping out. Like having a little wall back there to stop some rocks.
You want to come look at it? I don't know.
Just looking at the house.
I think if we guard, he's probably freezing, no?
Yeah, looking at the house here, it would. The one problem Charlie has here, if he throws the out-turn draw on top of his own, he could be setting up his red ones for a double. I think he's considering taking that blue one out.
That's what they played.
And
I don't mind the
and yeah, just limiting the number of shots they have there. The guard, looks like they've opted to guard all that rather than take anything out or draw down to it.
Yeah, Patrick just came down to make sure they were all on the same page, discuss their options. They're putting up the guard.
Little tight for line. Little tight for line. Yep. Line's okay.
Sweeper's working hard on this one.
Let it sit. Stay close. Good. Nice.
Yeah, they've taken away that raise.
Yep, pretty nice shot. So Epping's asking Brent Lang to do the wide out-turn draw in there.
Yeah, ideally, I think maybe splitting the T line there, partially bury you would be the ideal shot. Be difficult to remove, and you wouldn't be able to draw to it without and get shot.
Line's great hard.
Sweepers have to go on the weight
great.
here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, it's just going to be full 12 foot here.
Okay. Great throw. His rock's just a little slower.
Carry that now?
Looks like Charlie Thomas is totally committed to guarding this red one now. It is frozen to another blue rock there, so that is important. But as long as there's not too many other
Find a way to
blue
dislodge
rocks
that
in
back
there.
one.
So third, Adam Casey's first rock of the end here for Team Thomas.
Hey, line's a little tight. Yep. Pull it out there. Yep. Where? Get over, curl.
Sweepers look pretty happy with the weight. Just a little kiss on the backside there. Backside of the rock, that is.
It did. Actually, that ended up in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think Epping's got to
Move some granite
move some
here.
granite. Try to get a few
Try and
things
hit
moving here.
7/8. Yep, 7/8. Yeah, I'd rather do the 7/8 and get them all this way because he can't guard both blues.
This is Matt Cam's first rock in the fourth end.
And it's flying.
Might get it the other way. It's fine.
Opens up that side quite a bit.
It's not bad, actually. Good throw, Langer. Fuck, that line's mint.
Looks a little better. At least he may have an opportunity to
Like, just
get in
'cause I have
there
to
and
give you a little more, I feel just
score
I
some
don't want
points
to
now
get
anyway.
Your rocks are slower. Okay.
That I threw 15 there and end to end.
Short. So one of your rock, you guys must have a slow pair then.
When it's that fast, it's hard for me to be sure.
Oh, for sure.
Generally.
It's really, yeah.
That didn't even feel like I feel like I could have thrown that lighter.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Line's okay.
So Adam Casey's been asked to
Keep it going. Yep.
just kind of cover this red one up a bit.
Easy. Easy.
White looks nice.
The line was
Definitely,
good,
yeah, just
but maybe just a little long. Leave some space, and there's some space there for Epping to get in there and sit right on top of it.
yeah, a little tighter might have blocked this path a little bit better, but there is a port for Matt Cam to draw through here.
Whoa!
Get his team out of trouble here.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Yes! Hard!
Oh, that's too bad. They just couldn't. The sweepers couldn't get on that too early. It was still on the outside blue guard, so they had to wait for it to curl up a bit. I'm sure they could have dragged that a little further if they'd had some time.
Yeah, if they had an opportunity to get on that fairly early in the throw, the sweepers definitely could have had it there. But like I said, they had to wait on the line, and
So Charlie's going to try to plug that hole.
Back there and sit 2. Wonder if it's just our rock. Langer says he's not feeling the 15. I'm feeling 15.
A little more.
Well, Well, the good spot.
To plug this hole, it'll definitely make it difficult for Epping to score.
It's nicely placed, and it takes that that middle rock away too from running it in. So they have no choice but to run this
Little thicker, little, yeah, 3/4.
this red one off the center line.
Or thicker.
Looks like a raise, red onto blue onto red.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I think it's just.
So this is John Epping's first rock in the fourth end.
Close. Whoa. Uh-oh. Yep.
Took out his two blues in the front there. So red continues to lie one. Blue is second, so Charlie Thomas line one. This is where you need a really big guard. The biggest rock you got in the bag.
They may be considering I believe they indicated they'd like to tap that blue rock in for second. That's what he indicated. I would think a steal, a 1 in the fourth would be huge.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, tapping
This
that
is
red
a bit
up.
of a
Yeah, this is a
pretty aggressive move.
aggressive call.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best defense is offense, right?
I think the last thing
Weight
you want
looks
to do
really
here
nice.
is split this open.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get to the nose on this one. Nice weight, right to the top button.
Pretty nice shot.
Yeah. So Charlie Thomas's team lies 2 with last rock to come by John Epping. Looks like the double's there. Just off center.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a double and concede one.
Concede one,
to
yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah. Sweepers aren't touching this yet. Oh, that was very unlucky.
And that's not what he had in mind. A
Jammed it
steal
in.
of 3 by Thomas to put him ahead 6-1 after 4.
Line's tight. Line's tight. Be right here.
John Epping asking for a corner guard here. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of those over the next few ends, or a lot of guards anyway, over the next few ends from John Epping's team. And Charlie Thomas's team will be playing everything in the rings, are very tight to the rings, most of the, for the next few ends, I would imagine.
Line's really tight. Well, just leave it up here. It's tight.
Give you a quick update on other games going on right now. We have Jouinard over Virtue after 3 ends, 3-2. Tolly stole 2 in the third end to get 4-2 over Blandford, and that's after 3 ends as well.
Yeah, get a little deeper if you can, Maddie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Team Patterson got
Yeah.
a big 4-ender in
Yeah.
the third end. They had a
Good.
ton of rocks in play. It was quite an interesting end. So they are currently up 4-2 on Barrie after 3 ends. And Cotter is up 2-1 after 4 ends against Gunlitzen. And 1 game completed already, and that is Botcher has defeated Team Giel.
Line's a little tight. No, line's good. Line's good. Top 4. Room. 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 Razor's rock. Yeah. Whoa.
So John Epping's got to take full advantage of the 5 rock rule and get some rocks in play and try to get his rocks in some good positions to maybe capitalize, get a deuce going here.
Forward.
The key to this hit and roll here is to make sure that you do stay in the house. Just to make sure that, just to put pressure on the other team.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Okay.
I would imagine Charlie's probably going to peel one of the corner guards off. He's considering, he's considering the blue rock. Yeah, he's opted to take the one in the house out.
Whoa. 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 Stop. Stop. Whoa. 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 Oh.
So hit and flop just off behind that corner guard.
Yeah, not a bad
Thomas.
spot. If Epping happens to draw one around that blue one, you've got a raise opportunity there.
Board.
Exactly. So he's making a move on the middle ones now. Hit and roll.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Fuck.
Pretty nice shot that finished quite hard. So he didn't quite get the roll that he wanted. So
No, I
you
was
can see
kinda
probably 3/4 at least of it.
Get a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that because it was definitely there if they'd.
I think it might.
Yeah, it seemed to really, really finish harder than they thought it would.
I think you could probably see half this rock.
Whoa!
So Adam Casey trying to hit and flop in front of their own.
Hey! Yep!
Really nice control weight.
Whoa! Whoa!
Thomas lies 3. But Epping has a rock that he can come down to now, and it's behind a corner as well. So
Yeah, that
good
little,
opportunity.
that one that was bumped into the back there is an advantage for Epping. I'm sure the Thomas team didn't want that there.
Line's good. Whoa. Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Just waiting on the line here and
Whoa, whoa,
try to
whoa,
finish it
whoa,
off.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Nice shot by Matt Cam.
Well, it looks like you can see good almost 3/4 of it. I should be able to make a play on that.
Arm on it.
Should be able to make a play on that with such a long guard up front.
Oh, no.
Need to get to the face, and not quite. So jams it.
Hop in the 8.
So Epping's just content to get as many wrapped around that corner guard as he possibly can.
Starting. Wow.
Yeah, if they can get this one 3/4 buried,
Hard.
that would make
Hard.
it awkward to try
Come
and
on.
get
Come on.
these rocks out.
Hard. Hard.
Sweeper's going hard to get it in there for third shot. Oh, very close. Looks like it's there though for third.
Shot.
See over half of it, I believe. So this is Charlie Thomas's first rock of the fifth end.
What's it feel like for Steve?
Yeah, just from my view, you can see probably at least almost 3/4 of it.
Oh, they went like on the hog 14. But what are you talking about? It is. It was boiling before. As you can tell, it's getting really sticky.
So hit and roll ends up behind the other corner there.
Just nose is pretty good.
Red's still lying one.
He's bored. Bored?
This is John's first rock of the fifth end. He's going to try to hit and just flop behind some of that corner stuff over there.
It
Set
may
up his
even
deuce.
slide
roll
off
half
the
a
back of
rock,
that
Matt.
red one a bit.
Roll half a rock. Forward, boys. Board. Yep.
This one's curling pretty good. And ends up with a nose hit.
Looks like he's attempting a slash double here. I'm thinking if he hits about 3/4 of it on the broom side there, he should get that double.
Patrick Jensen's trying to hold it. Just misses the back one there. So we have a draw for John Epping to score his 2. Sweepers are off it right now, but the weight looks pretty good. It's going to come right down to his other blue rock there. So John Epping scores 2 in the fifth end. Score is 6-3 after 5. At this time, just want to send out a big thank you to our sponsors. And we have, as our platinum sponsor, the Ashley Home Store, rightly named the Ashley Home Store Curling Classic. So big thanks to Ashley for sponsoring this event. Some of our bronze sponsors, we have New Country 100.7. We have Parker's Dodge Chrysler, A&K, Grimm's Sausage, Booster Juice, Castanet, Interior Roofing, Sunripe, RPR Heating and Air Conditioning, Skaha Ford, McDonald's, Penticton Western News, Brentwood Developments, Gilchrist and Company, and the Penticton Herald. Thanks so much for your support. Always important to have some great sponsorship to host events like this. Some of the top men's teams in the world are here. Really nice crowd at the Penticton Curling Club today. I'm Mary Lou Richter, and Craig McLeod is here as well. So our feature game is Charlie Thomas versus John Epping. Thomas is up 6-3, and that's after 5 ends. They've just started the 6th end.
Yeah, it looks like Team Epping threw up a center guard, and they're throwing up another center guard at the moment. Charlie Thomas came in behind those center guards. I got a feeling he's wants the wings clear for any potential peeling that he has to do. So he's playing to the center, and that gives him room to make some of those peels.
Yeah, with an 8-end game, the 6th end is very important. If you can score, you can try to hold the hammer for the 8th end. So 6th end's always very crucial for both teams.
Yep. Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Fraser wouldn't be happy with that shot.
Yeah, a little bit light.
Yeah, it had to be at the very least tight, preferably in. That rock is an advantage for Epping at this point. The more guards right out front like that is what Epping's looking for.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
This looks a really nice draw by Brent Lang.
Good.
And looks like he's shot. So blue sitting 1. Yeah, these teams are playing for a big pot of cash this weekend and some coveted CTRS points as well. $66,000 in the pool. Winner takes home $18,000, and every win that you get $200.
Whoa, whoa.
There's a nice shot. He managed to get some backspin off to the side there a bit, help open things up.
Or it's throwing high, but that seems really hard. You okay with that?
So John's asking Brent to come into those rocks on the 4-foot as well.
Whoa, whoa! Whoa!
Just waiting for it to get by that corner guard. Weight looks pretty nice. Ooh, just got by.
Hard, hard, hard. Finish it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good shot.
Yeah, it wasn't a very big port, but just clears the corner guard into top 8 foot. Charlie's going to run that blue in there, try to get some of those blues moving.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to see at least 2 rocks go. Potentially he could get all 3, but I'm sure he wants to see at least 2 of those blue rocks disappear.
Yeah, just straight peel on the top guard.
Line's good.
So Matt Cam coming down to
good.
make a nice, trying to put up a guard
over
here.
And off. Over and off. Atta boy. Good one.
Oh, pretty good.
throws like.
Yeah, it was important that he wasn't too deep on that. He wants to make
You're
these
seeing- you're seeing what
run-throughs
I-
as difficult as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, really nice weight on that.
Yeah, nice weight. It almost overcurled, but it still managed to keep its line to prevent any double.
So Adam will try to run this in to the pack here. Replaced one of the blue ones in there. Red is now shot. So Charlie Thomas sitting one.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna pick that later too. Well, I think okay. Now we're on my. Let's just do this right now in here.
I think you'd like to get this one just around the
Whoa,
red guard
Whoa.
there and split the center line.
whoa.
Looks like it's going to be right in the house.
Well, it didn't turn out too bad because that's awkward with that red rock in there.
That red rock's looking pretty vulnerable.
It is, yeah.
It's always a scary thing.
buddy.
So Adam's going to run that one in, see if we can get a few things moving.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Like I thought the first throw was soft, and I thought that was, and I thought that was good. I thought that was a good throw.
It's close. Red
Yeah, not
Thomas
bad.
still a sitting
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's all we can do. Yeah.
On to skip rocks now, so John Epping will be throwing his first rock.
A little more.
Yeah, he's
on
going
the edge,
to wants to put a guard on the
Yeah.
guarding the front one to prevent any double. You can leave the back one exposed because if they go after it, it'll just jam onto the red one. But
That's right. Yeah, eventually they'll want to make a move on that red.
so he just has to make sure he's partially over that center line.
It's going to be tight to the house. Huh. That was pretty perfect.
Yeah, that's about as good as he can make it.
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah. It's funny how the different rocks feel. Yeah. Like to me, it feels only just to me, it feels fast. What's he playing?
Decision time.
Mm-hmm.
You're up 3 with last rock. Throwing a guard is a pretty scary situation. If Epping ever makes a good shot, he could end up with 3
I think-
carries. So I think that's
Like,
what
I think we go for
Charlie
this.
Thomas is concerned about.
Yeah.
I thinking maybe his best shot would be to try and run those blue rock into the blue rocks.
Yeah,
At
he
the very
could-
least, open it up and
We go for dead nose.
Yeah, he could make the
I don't
run
see
double
anything
here,
bad
and
that can happen.
make it a little less
Are you guys thinking something else?
scary for himself. And
Yeah, I
and
definitely,
then John would have to make a good shot to try to remove that red.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The guards just being up 3 wouldn't be a good call.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Close.
Actually, not that far off.
Not very
No.
far at all. No.
To make that, I have to throw
You
balls
potentially
in
almost hit all 3 there.
Yeah.
to get it
Just about held
enough
it.
juice to come back.
So now John's going to make a play at the red
Or do you
one.
want me to
Just
nut
kind
it
of
there
tap
with
his
hack?
blue
But I'm going to leave him a nose down.
into it.
Okay, I don't. Yeah.
And the key's going to be where the shooter ends up as well.
Yeah, and
I
how
think- why
hard
don't
you
we
want
try
to
make
tap
this
this.
nut- why don't we try and make this stay right there?
It's a fairly
and I'll-
steep
and I'll try and
angle,
roll
so
back
you
in
do
here
have to
with
have a
hack.
little bit of weight to move it out of the
No.
the
that okay?
forefoot, and
Hack. Yeah, well, I got to
but
make
that
sure I
may
stay in
leave
the
your
8-foot.
shooter rolling.
It's really hard. Like I feel like the easiest thing is to try and roll into here and have this go back into here and sit 3 kind of spread out with more weight though. Well, because I got to get that to kick back.
Yeah, what I think.
That's my only thinking, to make them look at 3 and draw against 3.
Third with back line and move that to here.
Yeah. Back line to there is hard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just don't want him. I just don't want to do this and pop this a little bit and just leave him a gimme. That's my
It'll
worry.
move less with less weight.
Right.
You can hit it thinner because you're not going to worry about rolling out as long as this gets here.
Right, and I don't roll too much and leave him a nose down. So let's make him look at 3.
So
What do you think?
back, try to hit a third.
So, yeah, yeah,
Third and 2.
yeah. Okay. Like there's two options. You can either hit this thing harder with board, have it the blue kick to the back 8.
So
ours
John's
kick
put
over
the ace
into
down.
the
Looks like
side
he's
8,
going to
and
throw
have 3 spread out
probably
to the
like a
front,
control
make 'em
hit
Look at 3, or I
off his
play it
blue. Try to
little
bury behind the
softer
corner
with
guard.
hack, try and hit a third.
What I
Keep it there. Got to get that. And leave mine back. It's just we just don't want the blue to kick a little bit out, right? And leave him a gimme pocket. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Easiest way to like 3.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. Hack.
I believe he's going to be throwing. Sounded like hack weight, but if he hits it right, he can bring the shooter and the one he hits over at the same time. So they kind of roll together to the Brett Lang's side there.
Got to curl a bit to get enough of it. Got it out. And it's probably just going to roll out of the rings. Oh, and it rolls back. You can take a closer look. It looks like that's the back one is on the rings. So double, and he's going to have to stick
Thanks.
for his 1.
Thanks, man. Sorry.
This is the last rock
Oh, I thought it was gonna be
of the
closer.
6th end, Charlie Thomas.
I should have you go on.
Yeah, you just want it.
Looks like Jim Cotter made a nice shot.
Charlie definitely wants to make sure he sticks around here.
Oh. Yep. Ah. Whoa.
It's pretty good. Makes the double for his 1. So Charlie Thomas picks up another one and up 7-3 after 6 ends. And let's give you an update here across the sheets. We have a tie at 3 between Genard and Virtue. We have Tolly up 5-2 on Blandford.
Shot.
The Giel Botcher game is over already. Botcher has won that one. And Cotter Gunlickson is Cotter is up 2-1, and that's after 5 ends. Let's see if I can update you here. Gunlickson is just throwing his last rock of the end. And we have Team Patterson up 5-3 on Barry, and that is after 5 ends as well.
Yep. Hard, guys, hard. Both wild. Yep. Yep.
All right, so that update, it looks
good.
like it's all tied up at 2 Cotter Gunlickson after 6 ends. Here we are back at our feature sheet. Thomas versus Epping. Thomas is up 7-3 after 6 ends.
Yeah, it's been a pretty standard process here. Charlie puts them in, and Epping throws up his corner guards.
Yep.
It's going to be very similar to the last end.
Line's a little
This all
tight.
comes down to execution.
Yep.
I think the strategy is going to be basically the same, and
Yep. Yep. Looks right. Yep. Hard for weight. Hard.
This is John Epping's
Line's
lead.
good.
Craig Savile's last rock at the set.
Line's great.
Trying to put up a double
Line's
corner
great.
on the same side here.
Hard. Hard, keep it moving. Hard.
Pretty nicely executed there.
You ever kick it? Like this isn't doing much.
Thomas is just going to bump back that red one. He's most of his strategy is probably going to be involved about how easily he can clear things here. So he doesn't want to get the house too jammed up with rocks.
Yeah, it's easier to peel if all your rocks are kind of in the center in line. So when you're trying to peel corner guards and any other guards, rocks are flying around to the corners and easy to jam. So this is a good call, just tapping it back.
Oh, it's
Top
got to move
four.
a mile. Got to move a
Not
mile.
getting the finish yet.
Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Man.
Yeah, it stayed pretty straight. He had pretty good weight for that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So Epping wants Brent Lang just to tap this red back Back 12. It gives them a bit of a backing behind their corner guards.
Yep.
Yeah, and at the same time, he gets to keep a blue rock in the house. He may be able to even split this
Yeah.
in behind those other two.
It's curling quite a bit here. Oh, he went through the hole.
What do you think we feel, this or that?
That was a tough one.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice his release on that or anything, but they didn't jump it right out of his hand, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Change, yep,
Yeah,
yep,
probably just
yep.
maybe need a little more ice in that spot too.
Okay, you're good, you're good.
So Jensen's trying to peel the corner guard, roll away. Nice shot. Charlie Thomas continues to lie 3. Now John's got to be a little more creative because there's only one corner guard now to use. So the free guard zone is over now. Anything can be hit. So he's asking Brent Lang just to freeze to that that red rock on the right side of center.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, his rocks are so slow, eh?
Geez, almost a perfect shot. If it stopped 3 inches earlier, it would have been nicely corner frozen on that red one and almost impossible to get out. But with that little bump, it's just basically a standard takeout now for the
Nose hit through the hole.
Thomas team.
Green. Yep. Yep. Hard. Perfect. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Nice sweeping on that one. It looked like it wanted to curl a little bit too, but got on it early and kept it nice and straight.
Go, just tap this here. Lines, whoa, line, whoa, whoa,
Trying to make
Yep.
just a little bit of a
Whoa,
bump
yep.
here and
Whoa.
create a big pocket.
whoa.
Make it difficult to get this
Whoa.
blue rock out.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah, it's going to be.
That was Matt Cam's first shot at the send.
You want to do that? Tap it on the nose?
He may consider peeling that corner guard off.
Just, yeah, not even, like, top one. No, P1's good. You want to move that right there, right?
Yeah, it's not a bad call because
Yeah,
right now Epping has a little work to be done too. Just
Yeah.
trying to maneuver that blue in and getting a second rock in there.
I'm surprised they haven't even considered that shot. But
Yeah, it's going to take probably 2 rocks to get that blue out of the rings.
Yeah. You have lots of red rocks. If they do make a nice shot, you got lots of red rocks to promote or run through. Or
I mean, it can tap. This isn't horrible. Like just tapping it there. You want to make sure you get it good down. Now I think you want to make sure you got back here. This isn't the worst. Like. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
So they're attempting to
Whoa!
tap
Whoa.
this red
Whoa.
back
Yep,
onto
yep,
the
yep.
forefoot. This needs to curl up a bit.
Okay.
Well, there's quite a wall in front of the rings there. We have another final to announce. Team Patterson has just beaten Team Barrie. They cracked a big 5-ender in the 6th end to go up 10-3, and then it was handshakes. So Patterson wins that one.
John Epping's attempting to bump this blue rock into the back corner of the forefoot there. If he can get into that position, it'll be very difficult to remove.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Very nice
buddy.
shot by Matt.
Yeah, not quite far enough though. Had to be another 1.5 feet, I think.
Shot, bud. I know they didn't like the first one, but it was, if you needed an inch, I knew he wasn't going to hit it. We want to leave their
So
rock.
Charlie
our
has the
rocks
double
up.
run here to get rid of that blue one.
Good shot.
If they could have got that blue one back, say another 1.5 feet, this shot wouldn't be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna shit in the garage. Little less. Yeah. No, that's good actually. Yeah. No, no, no! Yep! Yes! Yes! Hey!
Oh, great shot.
Well from
And quite a nice leave, too. He's got 3 rocks up top 8.
kind of firmish.
No overlap, so John's got to try to come around there and hope that the run back can't split out of the rings.
I'm not sure. He may be playing the hit and the roll here.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Firmish. Just hit and roll right into that back 8 foot. You got her.
Either way, he's got to get this one buried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like he's going for the hit. And a big roll would be good.
Oh, jeez.
Just stayed straight out there with the weight. And Charlie Thomas still line 3.
Maybe if we went right there. No. Wow. Get it thin with a ton of weight. Oh, that was shaking if we get one. If they get one. Well, then we- it's not too serious.
Yeah, I like this.
We're never
call.
getting. Well, you might as well try and make the roll. Play normal. Play normal.
Right now,
Just took you a while to get to
I
that
wouldn't
shot,
even
eh?
care if you rolled out on this.
Just took you a while. Just make it
Right.
go
If
away.
you don't get the roll, roll out.
I don't know. I can play a tap, but
Make-
Yeah, a
just
force
make
here
it-
is
just
just
make
as
it
good,
go away.
for sure.
Just make it go away.
I know.
We have another
Like
update
we're never
here.
losing 3 up.
It's 7-3 for Virtue over Jouinard, and that is after 5 ends.
It's one of those ones where yellow's looking too good too early.
And
Like,
Tully
that's
is
all good,
leading
right? And then-
Blandford 5-3 after 5.
Close. Yep. Yes. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Up in that spot, man.
Whoa. Hey.
Game, guys. We're just waiting for
A
you to
little bit
play
of a
that.
roll.
Just hit it.
Shaking.
Hey, guys.
Yep, Epping has conceded the game. He figured getting his single wasn't going to do it, so
Would have been better had they tapped it. Maybe give us a quadruple.
so Charlie Thomas finishes the game by winning 6-3. Just another shout out. Really thank our platinum sponsor, Ashley Home Store Curling. Great sponsors. The next feature game is the Wensick versus Jackson, and that's at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time.
I don't think we give him a quad, but I don't
See
know. I
y'all
feel like I
later.
could
To
find a
throw
way.
14 to
Thank
5
you.
in the second end. That's,
Yeah.
you know, it